It's Tuesday, November 24th, 2009, and time for Live from the Future with Stuart Papp. Tonight's guests, Musetta, Vander, and David and Scott Hillenbrand, with John Fulton and the Full Tones, and Andrea Ball subbing in for Jesse Schneiderman. And now, your host, Stuart Papp.
There you go. There's your holiday kiss, everyone, from your wacky Uncle Stu. Welcome to Live from the Future, Tuesday, November 24th, 2009. And man, loosen your belts, everybody, because we have so much show we're going to shove down your gullet. We're going to put a little gravy and we got a little cranberry sauce. We're going to shove it down your gullet. We have not one, not two, but three guests for you tonight. Scott and David Hillenbrand and Musetta Vander, all from the movie Transylmania. That's right, indeed, yes. There it is. Get excited. It's going to be in theaters next week, Friday, December 4th. We're going to talk with Scott and David. They directed it, and Musetta, she is part of an ensemble cast, and she's quite a significant portion of the cast. I don't mean she's like some 900-pound person. She is slim and svelte, but she's a lead, I would say, a quasi-lead in a way. Have I ruined this for everyone? Good night, everyone. Thank you.
That's a show we're gonna.
That was very nice. This was, by the way, Jared Greenhouse. Thank you for these decorations, everyone.
Is that a pumpkin?
This is like the saddest birthday ever. Hey, everyone! I want you to sing to Derek.
Uncle Stu.
There you go, the one guy.
Uncle Bad Touch.
Well, there you go. Oh, come on.
Well, you're not Uncle Bad Touch.
No, that's your handle.
Hi, how
I thought
are
that
ya?
was your I am name.
That's my.
Everyone.
Surprised my kids don't want to. I am back to me.
What?
Uncle Bad Touch 77 says hello.
Right. Inappropriate comments courtesy of Mr. Hairdo himself, Orlando's top real estate salesman, John Fulton, everyone. There he is.
What do I need to do to get you into this duplex, huh?
There you go.
Good to see you guys. Really happy to be here. Happy to see Andrea helping out. She's doing a great job.
Wait, hold on. I haven't introduced her yet.
Thank you. Good night. I'm having a great time. Thanks.
Your sweater makes me already I feel pre-molested already by your sweater. So a big sweaty hug after the show. And not here tonight. Jesse Schneiderman is in Delaware, but subbing in ably is the lovely and vivacious Andrea Ball, everyone. Andrea Ball.
Hello. Looking nice.
Look, you said we couldn't do it. We did. We brought her in tonight. Andrea, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight's show.
So am I.
I'm excited for the loneliest birthday ever.
Yeah.
What?
That's not nice.
I'm excited for the holidays. And actually, here's something. I have a question for all of you guys, meaning John and Andrea. Since Thanksgiving is 2 days away, worst side dish. Here's the topic, and this is for you, chat room. Worst side dish ever. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say the worst side dish for Thanksgiving has got to be the candied yams with that marshmallow topping.
That is awful.
The mallow, and it's not marshmallow. It has an extra A.
It's more mellow.
More mallow, because you dig it in there, and it's
for
too
bad.
The problem. Here's the problem. It's the consistency. It's too goopy to be a side dish, but it's not quite goopy enough to be a dessert. It's not sweet. It's sort of got nutritional elements to it. I hate that.
Keep marshmallow with the peanut butter.
What about you? What's the worst side dish for you?
I don't want to offend anybody watching. My mom's watching. I say a side dish, all of a sudden, out of the family. So I got to be careful of that.
Well, you were already out of the family the minute you said, "I got a band, The Fresh. They're awesome."
Dad, I want to be in a comedy band. Say goodbye to your son. Anything. We don't need the oh-ho. Who just did that? Oh,
actually.
God!
At this point, if you said, "Dad, I'm gay," he'd be like, "At least you're not in the Fresh. You're back in the family."
He'd be like, "I told you, Darcy, give me $20."
What's the worst side dish?
Anything with vegetables, really.
What? Every side dish has vegetables.
That's too bad. I actually have nightmares of a cauli spinach flour, something together.
Oh, you don't like braca flour?
Yeah, exactly. Broccoli, spinach, cauli.
Braca flour sounds like a couple hippies had too much time on their hand. Like, I'll tell you
way
what
too
we
much time
need to
with
make.
no weed in the food.
There you go.
It's not cool. So it's not very good, and I don't like anything with vegetables.
What about you, Andrea? Worst side dish for Thanksgiving?
I definitely don't like the green beans with
Yeah.
like the whatever that cream sauce is.
Ooh.
I'm with you.
We're getting a lot of into a heated debate over canned cranberries or cranberry sauce.
Ooh. Well, here okay.
What is that?
People
Do you know?
like canned cranberries. First of all, it's because it's got a lot of sugar in it. Second of all, something about the can shape is the one day of the year that you're like, it's food in the shape of a can, awesome, and you slice it up. But if you busted out cranberry sauce on June 3rd, people are like, who's the psychopath? But for some reason, you bust out some cranberry-shaped can, and everyone's excited about it on the holidays. Here's where you lose, though, with the cranberry sauce, and I'm going to put this out. Here's a public service announcement to everybody. When you get that really high-end cranberry sauce that somebody's like, I had my Aunt Gladys make it, and it's like got organic cane sugar, but they never put enough in there, and so it doesn't offset the tartness with enough sweetness. You need to get bargain basement cranberry sauce. Go to the dollar store, get a whole pallet of it, just pallet jack it up, shove it in the Volvo, and serve it up. I think that's really should be the new Thanksgiving dinner. Just cranberry sauce with a spoon. That would be classy, right? There's your can openers and spoons. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Throwing a little tofurkey.
Yes. And then just to round it out, just go to an Indian reservation and drop off blankets, and then call it a life, everyone.
Historical and entertaining.
You know what? I learned all of this from Iron Maiden. Thank you, guys. They are historically entertaining. All right, so we have a lot of chat room people here. Let's find out who's in the chat room, people who we know and love, and maybe some new people.
Oh wow, there's so many people. Jinx the Cubs, Sergeant Silent, Ripper 11226, Anastasia Fail, Mr. Paisley, Yodo Berry 228, Tumor 20, that doesn't sound good. Justin 77, Solar Guys, Black Mesa 1, I don't know how to say that. Cherry Pie 8237, Temple God, Altoid 05, Penguin Lord, I know Brian's wants me to go faster, Begs, as usual, Anastasia, oh there we are again. Digimap, so many people, and
Thank you, Andrea.
they're all here.
Thank you.
Excited.
That's Andrea Ball over there. I am just having a delightful sip of Evo, and this has pomegranate in it. And I was just thinking, the pomegranate people must have been making a case when it was like cranberry and pomegranate to be the side dish. They're like, wait, hold on, pomegranate's got the cool little seed in the middle, you guys, and then cranberry just ran off with it. Like,
What if you brought back pomegranate this Thanksgiving stew? Like, what if you just changed the whole game?
What if I changed up my game?
Like, game
blew
changer.
everyone's mind?
You're like, pomegranate, mashed potatoes. What's up with that? I'm out.
Here's
just
my
left right there.
Here's my last. That's what I'm doing.
What do you just
Boom! I just blew your minds, everyone.
I just blew your minds, people, watching the Cowboys.
Here's my one last gripe about the Thanksgiving. Okay, side dishes that you love and hate. I just hate that one person who's like, hey, I'm gonna bring fresh made guacamole and chips, and
I
you're
hate
like,
that
whoa.
Get the holiday
Cinco
right.
de Mayo was like 6 months ago. Okay, I don't care if we have a multicultural. I don't care if we had Ayatollah Khomeini there. I don't want to know what you're getting. Turkey, you're getting stuffing, you're getting mashed taters.
Yep.
You're getting Triscuits, and you're getting awkward hugs from relatives.
Triscuits?
That's
Whoa, back it up there.
look. That's what we
Triscuits?
did. Yeah, that's what we did.
Where's there?
What, you guys didn't do like the?
I don't know. We were a Wheat Thins family, dude.
All
So
right.
things got
All right.
really awkward.
Look,
honestly, things got
can-
really awkward because Triscuits and Wheat Thins don't get along.
We
Everybody
can
knows
argue
that.
about snacks later. We have a
just think
lot
it's
of
weird
show
you
to
drop
get
that.
to. We have a lot
We have
of
two
show to get
pants
to.
full of show.
Okay, here's what. Before I bring out our first guest, and it's Musetta Vander. By the way, Transylmania, the movie, is going to be in theaters Friday, December 4th. You can actually check it out, transylmaniathemovie.com. They have a website. We're going to show you a trailer in just a second. But before we do that, what I decided to do was, since there's vampires in the movie, and vampires seem to be all the rage now with the whole Twilight New Moon thing, I decided to go to a website and find out what our vampire names would be.
Really?
Would you like to give us a little ditty about vampire names?
Wow. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's get a little something for vampire names.
These are our vampire names on this Thanksgiving. These are our vampire names. I'm so interested. I won't see Twilight, but I'm very interested to see what our vampire names are. The song's kind of running long.
It's really going long.
Vampire names.
You ended up on a bridge there. I was like, whoa, where's it gonna go?
In my head, I was like, we're a little loud.
Cut to John
Too
like
much
4 minutes
show.
later, like, should I be soloing still? Well,
Still like, Sorry,
All
go
right,
on.
so I went to EmmaDavies.net because she's the one who has vampire name generator. First one up, John Fulton. Your vampire name is Emperor of the Cold Wastes.
Ooh, Cold Waste?
Yeah, Cold Wastes. Yeah, it doesn't sound good at all.
It's not good at all.
Andrea, yours is
even
Mary Drown, Scorn of the Flesh.
Wow, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty accurate to my weekends.
Mary Drown.
hey now.
Actually, it's not scorn, it's scourge of the flesh, which means
Hotter.
to whip and torture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty accurate.
By the way, and your little tagline is a sensual one who knows the flesh and knows the blood.
Absolutely.
Thank you, vampire name generator. Mine is Camuel Blanchard.
Do you want to go by Blanche?
Dispute, Camuel Blanchard.
I'll call you Blanche.
What? That's the worst vampire name ever. Oh, don't let me suck your blood. Camuel Blanchard don't play that way.
Why is yours only 2 names and ours were like a lot
Why
longer?
is it British?
Novels.
Shouldn't I be a Romanian? I'm going to do something. Now I sound like the Russian guy who didn't let me have a parking space on Hollywood. You got to live here. Anyway, all right. Yes, Brian just said I will cry if you didn't look mine up. Of course I looked yours up. That's why we're gonna do it next week. No, I'm kidding. I actually did. Jesse Schneiderman, who's watching from Delaware, this is yours. Empress of Moldavia, haunt of the steely moon.
Steely.
Which sounds just like you would have firm buttocks that you would show to people. And Brian Gramo, you ready for your vampire name?
Yes.
Are you ready for Brian's? We need a little excitement here. Drum roll, please. This is your actual vampire name, Brian Gramo. Paul Black.
Oh,
that's a dope name.
What? I'm actually not
Fail.
kidding. It's Paul Black, Pan of Slaves and Chain. They try to like save it.
Black business card that just said Paul Black.
Terrible.
But it sounds like Paul
it's-
Black, head of IT, Radio Shack Corporate. There he is, everyone. Paul Black? I mean, I'm Camuel Blanchard.
I like
And Paul Black.
PB.
All right, those are our vampire names. Now, we're going to show you a trailer of Transylmania. It's in theaters next Friday, December 4th. And we have it ready to go. Please watch this trailer, and we'll be right back with Musetta Vander.
And now an intimate moment with Pete and Wang.
Brain teaser. Ooh, shoot. Say we're gonna spend a semester in a far-off, exotic, kind of creepy place like Transylmania. How do we smuggle our good times over with us? Very carefully.
It was supposed to be a hell of a trip.
That is one fine-ass dead girl. But even 2 guys as messed up as we were, could tell there was something seriously wrong.
It looks a little different in the brochure.
Seriously? But once we settled in, things weren't so bad.
Ah, munchies eliminated. We should have asked what these were.
Sheep testicle stuffed goat balls.
2 kinds of balls, huh? There were constant parties.
Who'd like to go into town and get deeply wasted? I do.
Lots of chicks.
I was hoping to get my hands on some pills.
Viagra's a little blue diamond.
Which ones did I take?
This is a horse tranquilizer, and this is a Tic Tac. That's not a Tic Tac. You should probably get your stomach pumped.
Oh yeah, and an army of blood-sucking vampires.
I miss those chicks. Everything after that is just a blur of hunchback hotties and, lots of extracurricular activity.
This is wrong.
It's so wrong.
So don't miss this movie.
What happens in Romania stays in Romania.
Hi-yo!
Transylmania in theaters December 4th.
I mean, I don't even know how we really survived.
Or even how we got here.
True. In fact, who the hell are we talking to right now?
From Transylmania, Musetta Vander, everyone. Musetta Vander. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Wow, look at a double handshake. I like it. Classy. You're the first classy guest we've ever had.
Oh,
Thank you.
liar, liar.
Sorry, other guests. No. First of all, congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Truly enjoyed this, and I loved your performance. You are in there. Explain your role for people who are going to see the movie coming up.
Okay, I play Theodora Van Sloan. Who is,
you even did the voice a little bit.
Can't help it, I get into that voice when I hear that word.
Sure.
But who's a vampire slayer. And I teach combat and self-defense at the Vander University in Transylmania.
Transylmania. So,
Yeah,
and you had to do a lot of training for this, is that right?
Yes.
Because you are wielding knives and you're jumping around and you've got this, and I was like, you do not cross this woman. Talk about your training. What did you have to learn?
Well, I had to learn sword fighting, horseback riding, zip lining across a 14th century moat with a drop like forever down there, knife wielding, martial arts. You know,
did they
kicking
just
people
get
on the
some
head.
crazy Romanian townsperson? Like, look, that guy over there, he knows how to wield knife.
Vlad came over.
Who trained you how to do this?
Actually, the Romanian stunt coordinator was amazing.
Okay.
His name's Ciprian, and he was very, very talented with swords and with sword fighting and everything like that.
His name was Ciprian?
Ciprian.
See, it's like almost American. You're like, Chip. No, Ciprian. Ryan? Chip Ryan? No, Ciprian. Like, you just have to take two American names and add an accent.
Yeah, Chip for short.
Right. But he trained you on all that?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
They were both, we had an American and Tom Ficky from America and Ciprian from Romania, and the two of them trained.
And truly, how many days, weeks did it take you to learn moves? Or were you doing it like scene or shot at a time?
I trained for about 6 weeks beforehand.
Okay.
You know, I trained with knives, and then once I got to Romania, I did most of the sword fighting over there.
Right.
Trained over there, and did all the horseback riding there. Actually, my first day on horseback was as I landed, you know, still jet lagged, on the back of a horse in the middle of a stable in the middle of nowhere, hearing the word galop, galop, and going around in a circle with some guy leading the horse around and around. I don't remember much from that first day, but that was the way it went.
Wow. Now, there's a crazy scene in the movie, and I'm speaking with Musetta Vander. She's in Transylmania. It comes out December 4th. You can check it out at transylmaniathemovie.com. There's a crazy scene in that where you zip line over the castle and then you literally go by the Eiffel Tower or something. It's like the longest zip line I've ever seen outside of some weird reality show where somebody's trying to prove their love to someone. Talk about that, and you were really doing that stunt?
Yeah, I really did. In the beginning, I didn't actually know I was going to do that. The Hillenbrands come up with all these crazy things they throw at you.
Crafty.
Like very crafty. You got to watch them.
Soon, right?
Watch them. Careful. You never know. You'll be zip lining across the ceiling over here.
Right.
But anyway, they had me on the edge. They kept on pointing to the castle going, I'd like you to zip line across and land on the back of the horse and gallop into the sunset. I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And they kept on every day saying it. And one day you know, they worked their ways. They talked to the guys. The guys, you know, tell me, hey, you can do this. And next thing I knew, it was the middle of the night, and I was dangling on the edge of a spire in the middle of this freezing cold night with this giant drop, and they let go, and I went. And it was magnificent. It was exhilarating. I screamed and howled. It was exciting. I wanted to do it again and again. But then
luckily, it's filmed, so you had to do it again and again, right?
I had to go in for much more reserved, steely takes. As Theodora Van Sloan.
So how many times did you hurtle across there?
3 times.
Wow. It was amazing. It was such a great shot, too.
Thank
you. It was a lot of fun to watch you in this role. And also, part of it was your accent, too. But since you were there, how did you come up with the accent, or were you just listening to the townspeople, or did you go to like a Starbucks probably, like right next to the castle? That's what you don't see, is this beautiful castle and then like KFC, like we do chicken, you know, like some. That's the depressing part, right? But how did you learn? Did you have a speech therapist?
Yeah, well, shooting in Romania, you know, you can't help it because everybody's Romanian, so you can pick up the accent from the natives.
Romanians are. Now you're blowing my mind.
But anyways, no, and they gave me, somebody gave me dialogue, all my dialogue with the Romanian accent, so I worked with somebody.
And then if you just leave out some conjunctive, like you want to have chicken, you know, and you're like, is that,
chicken
did I
or
sound?
Beef or potato.
There you go.
Yeah.
But can you do a little sample of it, like tell us Theodora Van Sloan is on Live from the Future in that accent?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to do it anywhere in particular? Like to you?
Like on my lap, or no? You can do it right here. That would be great. No, you could just a little sample of it, so our chat room people can.
All right. Theodora Van Sloan is on Live from the Future.
Oh, that's good. Yes, very well done. All right, Theodora Van Sloan, played by Musetta Vander. But here's a question I have before we get to the chat room. Before we do a quick little question and a little game with you. You've been in a ton of movies. You were Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell. You've done Stargate, SG-1. You've done a whole bunch of great movies. But the one thing that totally threw me was you got a thanks in Alpha Dog.
Right.
I'm very curious. I was trying to do the 6'5" degrees of Musetta Vander. I carried the 1. I had a guy from Caltech, and I was writing it out. So can you explain?
Well, Alpha Dog, I was working on another movie at the same time that they were shooting, and the schedule kept changing, and I was going to play a role in that movie. Okay. And the schedule just didn't work out, and things moved on, and I was with another film, and I couldn't shoot both of them. I'm Gemini, but I can't split.
Ah, okay, gotcha. So they were grateful for you for being.
Yeah, it would have been great, but unfortunately I couldn't fit that.
For those who don't know, Alpha Dog was with Justin Timberlake and Emil Hirsch, and it was about the murders that happened. It's a great movie, but cool. Thank you for there you go, IMDb nerds. All right, let's go to Andrea over there in the chat room. Questions for Musetta Vander, and then we've got a game. And we're gonna actually we have a lot of stuff to give away from the movie as well. We've got hats and pins. We'll be giving away shortly. So over to you, Andrea.
Temple God says to ask Musetta, what is your favorite film that you ever did?
My favorite film that I ever did.
Besides this one, obviously.
Very good. Well, they're all so different, but I think one of my favorite films would probably be Oh Brother, because it was wonderful to work, you know, out in Mississippi with the Coen Brothers and George Clooney, and I've always wanted to be in one of those films, and I was very fortunate to have a chance to even be part of that. So
and that filmed in Mississippi, is that right?
That's filmed in Jackson, Mississippi.
Right. And Oh Brother, We're Out though. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
So one of your favorite memories, I guess.
Yeah, I know there was 2 though. There's kind of a tie, but.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Cool. All right, good question. A couple more questions from the chat.
Okay, cool.
Room.
Action Flick Chick wants to know what was the hardest part of all the things that you did on this movie.
The hardest part.
The zip line thing?
Yeah, the zip line. Well, that wasn't so hard. I think it was the horse riding, you know, because you have to hold the horse with your legs. You know?
I know it. I know. I made some films that I'm not too proud of, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, your joints start hurting from the holding. I was holding on so tightly onto the horse. That made it difficult to walk. Later.
And it's one of those Romanian horses that take the steroids.
They don't speak English.
I know, they don't.
I was like, Gabriella, galop.
Okay, I have a quick, go ahead, follow-up question.
Lisa M. North wants to know what is your favorite country that you've been to?
Ooh. Favorite country.
Well, you're from South Africa originally.
Yes, that is a magnificent country.
It is.
That has to be in the top of my list.
And I just want to try this while you think of your favorite country. I'm working on my South African accent.
Right.
Okay, here we go. I'm just going to say I'm from South Africa.
Right.
I'm from South Africa.
That's very good.
Yes! I'm true South African, really. 10. That's all I can say.
Very good.
Okay, fine. I'm from South Africa.
Very
this guy needs help.
Very good. Yeah, I would say, well, South Africa, and I'm not saying that because I am from South Africa, but it's honestly one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Right.
It's scenic, it's gorgeous, and it's a must.
Right.
And it's cheap with the exchange rate right now to go visit.
Absolutely.
So go.
I love, you know, traveling, and that sounds like a lovely country. It looks beautiful, except for the flying sharks where they eat people. But other than that, looks lovely.
Yes.
All right, one more question, and then we're going to do a quick game. We got to run her through the gauntlet, and then she's out of here. Sorry.
Is that painful?
Paisley, Paisley wants to know, have you ever turned down a role?
Notwithstanding tonight, I mean, I literally had to manhandle in her the seat. I'm sure things come up.
Sometimes I can't do things scheduling-wise, and then I can't do the film, or I can't travel to a location because I'm working on another film and schedules conflict. So that's most of the times that I would not be able to work on a film.
You may not be comfortable answering this, but is there ever like questionable or objectionable material where you just say, you know, even though I would like to be a part of this, I can't do it for whatever reasons?
Well, I guess, yes. It depends if something came up that I didn't feel comfortable with, I probably
So you didn't like my script? Okay. All right, we're good. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You could,
No, I don't know. I've
gotcha.
never really walked away from anything except if I couldn't make it.
Gotcha.
You know.
Good. Great answer. What a charitable guest. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. LV is twittering. We have 3 hats and pins to give away from Transylmania. It's a movie that's in theaters December 4th. Transylmaniathemovie.com. You can check it out. LV is going to tell you things that you have to do, and it's going to be on our Twitter account. We're at twitter.com/livefromfuture. Why is there no the? We can't talk about it. Just watch a past episode. It's like the Tallahassee thing with that guy who had a problem with it. Forget it. Moving on. So Live from Future, if you don't follow us on Twitter, you've got to if you want to win one of these hats and pins. We're going to send out 3 of these tonight. And LV is going to Twitter out questions, and you have to go find the answers. The first correct answer, LV will send out all that swag. And by the way, she's been doing an amazing job. Give it up for LV, who's not on camera. LV, Lauren Valdez, our super producer.
Now I like you. Do such a good job.
You do a great job. One major difference between LV and I, besides the whole XY chromosome thing, she actually sends out the swag, whereas I leave them in my car for 7 to 9 months. Yeah, everyone's like, hey, what's with those Harold and Kumar DVDs? I'm like, oh, these with Jake and the Fat Man right next to it. Whoops. Totally. Actually, that sadly, and that's true.
So many people.
Come on, nobody knows. If you don't know, we got an Equalizer box set. Who's in, everyone? Come on.
Who's over 30?
All right, here we go. So here's what we're gonna do with Musetta Vander. Musetta Vander is our guest, and we have a quick game we're gonna play with you right now.
Okay.
And this one is John's got a little song for it. We even have a little title for it.
What song?
It's called IKEA or Romanian Village. IKEA or Romanian Village. Here we go, John. Make something up.
Oh dear.
Oh God, it's do every time. IKEA or Romanian Village. IKEA or Romanian Village.
Oh, town. See, I can't ever get the
IKEA.
Yes.
Or Romanian town.
Oh, town. No.
IKEA.
All right, here's what you got to do.
Okay.
You just have to tell us, am I saying something that's an IKEA product or a Romanian town?
All right.
Okay.
Do I get clues?
You get no clues, but you get to smile.
All right.
Okay, here's Prahova. Prahova. Am I influencing you with my horrible accent? Maybe.
I'd say Romanian town.
Yes, she's 1 for 1. Let it be known. Aspivik.
Oh, it sounds like IKEA.
Oh, wow, 2 for 2. Okay, good. It's actually a drawer unit, Aspivik.
Wow.
It's also a painful medical procedure.
Yes.
I had Aspivik. Oh, not good. Not good. All right, here we go. Kramfors. Kramfors.
Well, I'd have to say it's Romanian.
Leather couch, sorry.
Oh.
Leather couch.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
After my Aspivik, I had Kramfors. Not good. Not good.
It sounded Romanian to me.
What am I doing? I don't even know.
All right.
All right, here we go. Komarnik. Komarnik. Komarnik.
You're trying to say it without the
Okay, I'll say Romanian town.
Yes, you're right. Romanian town.
Woo!
All right, here we go. Ritva. Or Ritva.
No, I'll say that is IKEA.
That's a cushion couch. Nicely done.
All right.
All right, you're doing pretty well. I think we're at 80-90%.
Oh, good.
Jibu. Jibu. J-I-B-O-U.
Oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is.
Jibu.
Jibu.
I'll go for IKEA.
Romanian town. There you go. Let it be known. By the way, one more wrong answer. We do have the electric shock hooked up. Yes? Good.
The steak? You're going to get me with the steak, right?
It's a knife.
All right.
Lipova. Lipova.
Okay, that's IKEA.
Lipova. No, that's a Romanian town.
Come on.
Yes, I'm not. There you go.
No, it's cheating.
All these are better than Stuart's vampire name. Yeah. Well, who was I again? Jacques Cambu? I don't even remember.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 3 more. Arad. Arad.
That accent is throwing me completely.
Arad. Arad.
Arad.
Even you did it.
Romanian?
Romanian town. 2 left. 2 left. Here we go.
Right.
IKEA or Romanian town. Musetta Vander. Trofast. Trofast.
Oh, I don't know.
Trofast.
That sounds IKEA to me.
It is.
Yes.
It's an extendable bed frame. I think I threw you with it. Trofast. The Trofast. Sven, the Trofast is broken. I had a Spvik, not good. Lexvik. Lexvik.
That could be Romanian, but it could also be IKEA.
Last one.
Give the accent again.
Lexvik. Lexvik.
Oh, okay, I'll say IKEA.
It is! There you go, coffee table. LB, what's the final tally? Musetta, Vander, IKEA?
7, 8.
8! Wow, 80%. That is
good.
better.
All right, way to go.
You did better than anyone has ever done on this particular date as Musetta Vander. All right, last thing, we got to get you out of here. You've been a lovely guest. Musetta Vander, by the way, is Theodora von Sloan, and she's in Transylmania, the movie. And Transylmania is coming out December 4th, so everybody go see it. You will love it, and you will love her in the movie. Final thing before we kick you off the show, it's now time for the 59-second gauntlet.
Oh.
John, do it now.
New name.
There we go.
59-second gauntlet. Can you answer the questions? You don't get 60 seconds. 59-second gauntlet. Can you answer the questions? You don't get 60 seconds.
All right. Here's how it works, Musetta Vander.
All right.
You have 59 seconds to direct all your answers right to your camera.
Okay.
I don't exist. I know, dream come true. I don't exist, just listen to the questions. Now, everyone who succeeded just throws out the first thing that comes to their mind. If you think, you will not get through the gauntlet. Are you ready?
All right.
LV,
Ready.
are you ready?
Yes.
When you say go, we go.
Go.
Porn star name.
Bernadette 5.
Most embarrassing moment in your life.
Running from attack dogs.
In high school, I was.
A rebel.
Biggest star you've ever met.
Will Ferrell.
Biggest jerk in grade school.
Oh, Tom.
Song playing while you lost your virginity.
Just some screeching.
One thing on your iPod.
I'll be there, Michael Jackson.
Would you rather be Audrey Hepburn or Marilyn Monroe?
Audrey Hepburn.
Elvis or Sinatra, who would you rather date?
Sinatra.
Would you rather have the gift of flight or be a billionaire?
Gift of flight.
Your epitaph reads.
Eternal health.
Place you go to think.
An island.
Worst guy's name.
George.
High school sneakers.
Reeboks.
Favorite charity.
Petco.
My career is like breakfast because?
I eat every day and I love it.
Yay, Musetta Vander! Getting through it all. Very well done. How about a big hand for Musetta Vander? Catch her in Transylmania, the movie, December 4th. And now we have a clip of hurtling through space. This is this week's episode, and we'll be right back with Scott and David Hillenbrand. Watch this. We'll be right back with more show.
Awesome.
Hi, boys.
Oh, what are you wearing?
What, does this make my ass look fat?
Kind of, yes.
Well, you're a dick.
Well, she's got your number there. Okay. What the hell is wrong with you people?
What?
You look like the Punky Brewster fan club.
You don't like this?
No, you guys look awesome. Tubular. Hey, Culture Club, you shopping at the Goodwill again?
Yeah, that's all we have here.
This won't do. Yeah, but I'd still sleep with them. I know, but they look terrible.
Haven't you guys ever heard of inner beauty? It's what's on the inside that counts.
Depends. What are you wearing on the inside?
The directors of Transylmania, Scott and David Hillenbrand, everyone. Welcome them to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Scott,
David.
it's great to have you here. You are on my show. David, it's great to have you here. Scott, no, welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being on the show. Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
My first question about this movie in theaters.
Can I ask you one question, though, if it's okay?
Whoa,
do you mind?
you're frying my brain.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Does your audience know how far we're really in the future? Because John told me before the show.
Right.
And I want to know if it's okay that we let people know that we're 13 days ahead.
Okay.
Because basically, the information I got, and I want your audience to know, is that Transylmania was the #1 comedy for the weekend of December 4th. But I don't know if we can tell them that, you know, if that's cool.
Was that a question?
Yeah.
Is it or it is? Because Transylmania is the #1 comedy.
In America.
Yes, it is.
December 4th.
Yes, it is.
Because we know
December
that from
4th.
Live from the Future.
Right. See, we have artistic license here to travel as far as we want in the future. Usually we're about 17 minutes ahead. That's it. It's not terribly convenient, but it's not terribly bad either.
I enjoyed the ride there. I really did.
It was
because
nice.
I wanted to see where we were going to land.
Only problem, you need an auspic after you're done, and that's...
Or a Romanian town.
All right, let's talk about this movie. First of all, sum it up in one line for people who don't know Transylmania, the movie.
College kids versus vampires.
Ooh, look at that. Now sum it up in one word.
Oslipic.
And now...
Laugh.
Laugh. All right, fine. Transylmania, you guys shot in Romania. I need to know where that castle was, because that was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I was really in it.
It was actually 8 hours north of Bucharest.
I don't even know where Bucharest is.
Okay.
First of all, where's Romania?
It's somewhere way far over there.
So you're
in Eastern Europe.
Okay, Eastern Europe. And then
you fly to Frankfurt.
It was actually a town.
You fly to Frankfurt.
Or Munich,
Munich,
depending on how you
fly
turn. And then you go and you go in a little prop plane. You got to like pedal as you go, and you get there, and then you.
The munitions love it.
That's right. Or you row, you know, as a whole.
So you fly to Munich, and then where do you go? They just
Then you-
drop you over Romania?
Into Bucharest.
Okay.
Yeah, like in the little clip you saw in the animation, you just kind of parachute your way in. And the town, you asked me,
what's
is
the
actually
town?
the name of the town where that castle is. The castle is actually called Castle Corvin,
Okay.
Corvin, and it's in a town called Hunedoara.
Okay. And it is 800 years old.
It is.
It really
Right.
is. It was surreal when we first got there because we went before everyone came just to storyboard it out
Right.
and say where we're going to do these shots, what are we building into the castle.
Right.
And every morning we'd get up and we'd walk into essentially our castle because we shut
Right.
the castle down for three to 6 weeks. Yeah, and we were like, is this happening? Are we here?
Right.
Because it's
You
like
really
Harry Potter's castle.
Here's the thing with this castle, and by the way, I'm talking with Scott and David Hillenbrand. They directed a new comedy called Transylmania. It's out in theaters December 4th. You can check out the website, Transylmania the Movie. And we're going to give away more of these. I think, LV, it's time for second question. She's going to Twitter it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/livefromfuture. And you're about to get a question about this movie on the website, and you can win a hat and a pin. And we will kiss each envelope. You'll know, because it'll smell like vanilla.
Cool.
That's what I wear, vanilla lipstick.
I was about to ask
I thought
you.
that was nice.
Yeah, well,
nice fragrance.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe for
I mean,
cinnamon.
After the show, if you guys
Awesome.
want to have at it.
Well, Musetta smelled great, but then when we got near you, it was just.
I
so
mean-
But we weren't quite
empowering.
sure whether it
just-
was her smell on you or your smell, so we
Guys-
There was that whole pre-show thing you guys had done.
What are we
before-
talking
No,
about?
no,
High
no, no,
Febreze,
no, no.
a lot.
All right.
All right, but the thing is, the castle. Who do you ask to rent a castle? I mean, it's not like some guy like, whoa, give me a donkey.
It's a good question.
Who
It was in the
owns
yellow
the
pages
castle?
under castle.
No, who owns
actually,
this?
No, it's a good question. We have a number of Romanians on our American crew who actually
Okay.
set the whole thing up for us. They went over
So
there.
you're giving hardworking Americans the pink slip to give
We
these.
brought Americans over there, and it was actually a co-production. We had over 100 Romanians working on our team, and we
Right.
brought as many keys as we could from the U.S.
Gotcha.
But they actually videotaped practically every castle in Romania for us ahead of time, and we actually picked. It was kind of like,
So you went shopping.
We
You were
went
like
shopping for
a Hong
castle.
Kong real estate maven in '97. Like, I want that.
It's a little political, though, so
Okay.
you know we let the Romanians work out the deal. Basically, this castle is a museum. So
Okay.
you had to deal with the local government
Right.
of Hunedoara.
Right.
They were very supportive. We wound
Okay.
up getting a lot of the townspeople in the movie as extras, a lot
Sure.
of the high school kids.
It's amazing when you see it, and you guys, you should watch it. It's a great movie and it's fun to watch, but it really, the castle sold it for me. It just was like so authentic, and they're walking around and it just.
well, we could have built sets in L.A.
Right.
and said, oh yeah, we're in Romania. We really
Right.
wanted to go and that far away. You can't. It was the dead of winter. It
Right.
was so freaking cold. You have
Right.
no idea. And then when you walked into the castle, it dropped another 20 degrees. We had like 12 layers of clothes.
Right.
You see the behind-the-scenes pictures of us directing. It's like, I mean,
It's minus 10.
Here's
15
how
degrees
here's how I
Celsius
knew it was the real deal, because Musetta Vander, who was
Yes.
just on the show, she's exhaling, and I was like, "There's no way someone CGI'd breath in there. Like this is real. They are freezing."
And it's funny you brought that up because one of our executive producers actually said to us, they were looking at dailies and said, "What are we going to do about the breath on some of that?" And we said, "Are you kidding? We don't have to CGI."
We came all the way over here to get that breath.
I know that is only Romanian.
That's right.
Special effects.
I mean, it's breath with an accent. You could kind of
So Scott and David Hillenbrand, you guys have worked together for obviously. Did you guys start making movies in high school or like junior high, or did you do this right after college?
No, we started making movies when we were kids. We always worked together. We had this magic show business that David was the accomplished magician. I was his stupid older brother.
Right. Not much has changed, right? Let's be honest.
I was about to say that.
Thank you.
Well, I see who's where the support lines are here.
Checks, kind of come.
So we've always worked together. Our parents tell a really funny story on how I'm 2 years older than David, and how when he was a little baby, I used to kick down the crib on the gate thing, put him on my feet, put him onto the floor, and we would go on our merry way.
The first part of that story is they'd come back after, I don't know if it was a babysitter or a mother-in-law, whatever, that was watching, and they put me in the crib, and they came back and I was out of the crib. They couldn't figure out how I was getting out of the crib. Because, high bars, and as it turned out, that's what was happening. Scott was busting me out, literally, and I would jump onto his feet, trusting him to get me out.
We've gotten this far, too,
Nice.
So it's
one more question before we open it to the chat room, and John's handsome holiday sweater. Look at that thing. Just look at that thing. I mean, can you really?
Just want to be ready for Romania.
Oh,
not ready for Romania. The sweater.
Nicely done, John.
Thank you.
Last question before I open it to Andrea Ball over there in the chat room. 1 second. Your first movie. You guys, this is an inspiring story, so I want you to tell for young filmmakers and anyone out there. You took 45 credit cards, took cash advances on all of them, threw that money in the bank and made your movie. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you've heard other stories of people making movies on credit cards. I think what we probably hold the record for is the amount of credit cards we had, and the fact that we didn't charge the credit cards. We cash advanced every single one of them.
Nice.
And each bank would only allow 3 or 4 per bank because they're like, what are you guys doing? So we had 5,000, 10,000 a pop, walking around with fanny packs of $50,000, and just going, okay, we have to go to the next bank now because they're done with us here.
Scott worked out in LA, and I was in the San Fernando Valley. He's doing all the banks there. I'm doing all the banks there. And
I just want to know how many times you guys have considered importing cocaine, because there's got to be a time where you're like, why are we getting offshore oil accounts?
I think we would go with weed.
Instead.
Because cocaine, we're just too
load up the 40-foot boat and do it. By the way, Brian chimed in here with the Stream.tv. He had 30 credit card transfers, not 45. So I guess you're 2/3, 66% as cool as these guys.
Good job, Brian.
So very nicely done. Yes, and he's got the moving blanket scars to show it on his face because he is homeless. But you guys did it. You took the money out, you got the movie made, and then you just kept the ball rolling. Did you feel like you had to? This was something you were gonna do? Had you exhausted other options? What was the thinking there? Or you're like impatient?
No, it's a good question. I mean, prior to maxing out the credit cards, we had deals, every day. We had half financing, and then the other group maybe half financing. They never went together. We had paper trails from here to...
We got tired of that eventually and just said, you know what, let's just go out, and people kept sending us credit cards. So we said, you know what, you're telling us we should do something with these credit cards. We talked to our dad, who's...
Diners Club is still pissed, by the way. They haven't got their money.
Don't tell them where we are.
No.
There used to be a billboard on the way to LAX that said, it was an American Express, that said, hey, go see a movie or even make one. So we said, okay, they're endorsing it.
So you're giving the advertising, whichever firm came up with that catch slogan, basically inspired you. You have to tell this person, because it's probably some bloated, overpaid exec who's in Key Biscayne, like, I've never made a difference for anyone. And meanwhile, he's inspired you to make Transylmania the movie. Transylmania the movie, it's in theaters next Friday, December 4th. You can find out at transylmaniathemovie.com. All right, wait. I'm with Scott and David. We got like 10 minutes left. We got questions from the chat room. Let's go to Andrea Ball. Andrea Ball, you ask questions. These guys will answer, and might I add, succinctly, so we can get to the fans. John has something.
Do one thing. The sweater's nice, but that jacket's what's
that
all
jacket.
So sick.
Honestly, if you put your ear up to it, you can hear Off the Wall playing. It's amazing. All right, go ahead, Andrea Ball.
This is a great question from Greaser Man Fan. He said he's wondering if the local catering company served Romanian fish head soup to the cast.
Good question. Yes, the food, Andrea, was very bizarre. Very bizarre. A lot of carbs and
mystery meat.
We wouldn't recommend the food. We all gained a lot of weight and not a food place.
And a lot of livestock went missing. Okay.
Sergeant Silent wants to know, being brothers, is it harder or easier to work together?
Good question. We actually describe ourselves.
Well, you could relate it to the time you weren't brothers. What kind of a question is that, Sergeant? Get him out of here. Well, at what point of comparison? Sorry, go on, please.
Since we became brothers.
Oh, Nevada, you are good for two things.
There's a lot that's going on a movie shoot, so it's kind of like a two-headed monster, one person, and sort of how the way we talk is the way we direct. We don't delineate, you do this, I do this. It's kind of organic in the moment. One of us will be working with the actors, the other might be hanging back with the camera, the lighting, and then we switch completely. And
there's so much to do on a set anyway, so it's really not like you can always use an extra. You ever do good cop, bad cop?
Yeah.
All right. Bad cop.
Well, sometimes, if the crew is slowing down or something, one of us will be the bad guy and get up on thing and go, come on, guys, and the other one will hang back and then
the other one's like,
be the shoulder for everyone to cry on. Why is he being so hard? We've worked so hard all day, but...
Here's what you do next film you're on. By the way, just a little key for you. You guys have made a ton of movies. Okay, you get there the first day. You get like a pack of crackers. You flip out. You're like, I said organic flour! And you throw it at some PA's head, right? It goes bleeding, and, and then you calm down. You have spasms, right? You go nuts. You're like, then the other brother comes in, flashbacks, don't anger him, right? You set the tempo right away. Do not. And then from then on, they're like, whoa. Because if you come in, Mr. Cool, and then 4 months, you're like, we're behind budget.
Oh, I'll tell you a story.
Flip out.
There is one actor who we've worked with now, and we can tell the story.
Jan Michael Vincent.
No.
Philip Michael Thomas.
Sounds
Anthony Michael Hall.
Are you keeping score on all the wrong answers?
Someone with Michael in their middle now. All right.
Well, actually, because it's a good story ultimately. But,
then it's not Jan Michael Vincent.
All
right, go ahead.
I can tell the story too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jimmy DeBello, James DeBello, great actor, Cabin Fever, Swim
Brilliant
Detroit Rock
actor.
City.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. The first movie we worked on with him was a movie called National Lampoon's Dorm Days.
Yes.
And the first day, Jimmy came to the set, and he wasn't quite all there, and he wasn't quite doing what he needed to, and we fired him on day one.
He was on drugs, let's be honest.
And he left, and his manager called us the next day, and look, Jimmy's really sorry, he feels bad, and would you give him a second chance, essentially? And we talked with him, and he's and now he's like a dear friend, and we brought him back on. We've been in, done 3 movies with Jimmy. And
he has a reputation as being
establishing
a party guy.
Right.
And by setting that boundary and saying, look, we like to party too.
Yep.
But after we're done working.
Yep.
And he got that, and people said, I cannot believe you're taking Jimmy DeBello all the way to Romania.
Right.
And putting all the actors in their own hotel with no supervision.
Right.
I mean, there were stories.
That guy's James Drug Mule DeBello. I mean, he gets more unbelievable.
Yeah, there were certain incidents in the
We call him the dispensary,
But first of all, he's a great actor. He's brilliant on film, and he's a good guy.
Right.
But my point in telling this story was kind of what you said, being on the set.
Set the tone. Set the tone.
We're not going to take any shit, and then freak out a little bit.
Exactly. That's why you get them. You get them in a room. You make a sex tape with everyone. You go, we will release this if you don't do it our way. That's the way we do it on Live from the Future, John.
Where have you been all over?
That's the way we do it with the sex tape.
What? All right. Okay, David and Scott Hillenbrand, we're running low on time. We can't get away without doing the gauntlet, so we're going to run the 59-second gauntlet with both these guys. You're going to have to answer, by the way, in tandem.
Oh, really?
Just
you don't
so
want to
you
go back forth?
One takes one.
Yeah, maybe we'll trade off. All right, I see this whole sex tape. Sure, whatever you want to do. Whatever we'll do. But before we do that, Andrea Ball. Oh, by the way, LV, have we done all the questions? Have we gotten them all out there? Okay, good. So what we did was, and if you didn't get to participate, you should, because we have a Twitter account, Live from Future, and we gave away 3. By the way, these hats are really nice. You have to look on the back. It's got embroidered Transylmania on it, and it actually has a condom pouch in here. I'm just thinking, for your marketing, you need me. You need me. Okay, good.
You realize that.
And it comes with a little crown. Okay, so we have hats and we have a button. Transylmania the movie is going to be in theaters December 4th, and if you should check out transylmaniathemovie.com and Razvanyu, which is
the name of the university.
A fictitious website.
Yes.
No, real website, fictitious. Fictitious. What? No. No. I didn't say it. All right, Andrea Ball, the best question you've got right now for David and Scott Hillenbrand. Then we'll run the gauntlet, and then everyone goes to eat tryptophan.
Okay, Paisley says you've done a movie in a castle. Now, what kind of movie do you want to shoot in the future? Space, zombies, etc.?
We're actually going to do an adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's, the guy who wrote Treasure Island, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He wrote a book called The Black Arrow. So it's basically his take on the Robin Hood legend. And it's set against the War of the Roses in England in the mid-1400s. So think Batman Begins meets Robin Hood. It's the birthing of a medieval superhero.
Right.
That's going to be the next movie.
And he's going to be a black guy.
Exactly.
Really? Because in England,
no. Black Arrow.
No, I like so it sounds like there's going to be like medieval and horses.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, we like that period.
Yeah, I like it too. There's something about it.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting. Are you guys in pre-production, or is that on the horizon?
We've been so caught up in the release of this. Ultimately, we're in preparation. Really, we haven't set a start date as of yet.
The script's ready.
But it was a long development period to get the screenplay exactly the way we wanted it, to get the right tone. We looked at all the movies in the genre that we respect and admire, and try to figure out, exactly. We're sort of calling it dark popcorn, where it's PG-13. It's entertainment. It's fun, but it has an edge, kind of. Like The Dark Knight might be, where it's just on that edge.
Right.
Getting that right took a lot of time.
A lot of research in this project too, because we want to make it authentic, like Gladiator was.
Right.
Sure.
So it takes a little time to do that.
A little whips and chains in that.
Yeah, we're gonna get Musetta.
Parfait.
We're gonna get Musetta.
Musetta's gonna be.
She's good with whips and chains.
I hope she is.
That's why she's wearing all black leather.
Indeed.
In the movie.
All right, David and Scott Hillenbrand, directors of Transylmania. It's in theaters next Friday. You should go watch it, and you can check it out online. Now, before we let them go, it's time to run the 59-second gauntlet. John, I need to hear your delightful voice.
I don't even remember the last song. 59-second gauntlet. Let's do it. Let's do it. 59-second gauntlet. You need one more second. Well, that's too bad. Don't be sad.
All right, here's what we're going to do. David and Scott, I need you to direct your eyeballs to the camera. I'm going to give all these questions out to you. Here's my hint. Do not think, just answer. Whoever wants to answer is fine with me. I will run them as fast as we can. And LV, you let me know when we're ready.
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, look. LV, our super producer, we need to get a little more pomp and circumstance. You need to be a little more vapid with it. I need a ready.
Set.
But I'm not ready now. I got to look at it. So can you give me like a 3, 2, 1 deal?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Porn star name.
Skin flute.
Most embarrassing moment in your life. You're thinking.
Camp.
In high school, I was.
What? In high school?
I was.
Cool.
Biggest star you've ever met.
Harrison Ford.
Biggest jerk in grade school.
What was that kid's name?
Eating up time, yeah.
Come on, we got to win the gauntlet.
Danny something or other.
Song playing while you lost your virginity. Yes, both of you.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
One thing on your
supply.
One thing on your iPod.
One thing on the iPod? John Williams score.
Creed. Anything by Creed.
Would you rather be Audrey Hepburn or Marilyn Monroe?
I'd rather be with both of them.
Elvis or Sinatra?
Sinatra.
Gift of flight or be a billionaire?
Flight.
Epitaph reads.
Good person.
There you go. Too much thinking. There he is. Got David. Something. All right. I'd like to give a big hand to our guests, David and Scott Hillenbrand and Musetta Vander. How about a big hand for everyone here? There you go. And I'd like a big thanks to Andrea Ball subbing in for Jesse Schneiderman tonight. Jesse. Andrea.
Thanks, guys.
Andrea, by the way, all of you who are excited, Andrea, why don't you give them a plug so we know where to find you? And then Andrea's going to be in the post show, so you're going to get to talk to Andrea quite a bit more. But plug away, Andrea.
You can go to twitter.com/AndreaBall or AndreaBall.com. So
there you go. Indeed. And Johnny Fulron. John, you ready? What? You ready for your big announcement?
No.
John is ready.
No, I'm
Here's
not.
the big announcement, guys. You ready for this, John?
I'm not doing this.
John!
Do not put me on.
John wants to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
There you go.
That's
I'd
the
like
big
to wish everyone a
announcement.
happy Thanksgiving. You can always say hello to me on Facebook, John Fulron. Just look up John Fulron in the Googles.
Yep.
And you should find it. They're all out of time.
There you go. We're at livefromthefuture.com Twitter account. And that's all the time we have for. We'll be back next week. We've got a bunch more shows coming up. We're going to go all the way until the holidays. Livefromthefuture.com. Give us your email address. You can keep up to date. And that is it for tonight. Now get out of here. We're done with you. Thank you, guys.
That's our show, we're gonna say goodnight. We'd like to stay forever, but it just ain't right. That's our show, we're gonna say goodnight. We'll let her do that.
Rebel 88, Greaser Man, Goya Rockets, General Awesome, Fresh, Drogue, Drixie Movie, Dead Silent, Cynical Optimist, Ripper 1226, Radio Silence, oh no, I lost my spot, Vegs, Tumor 20, The Stream, that's us, Telemundo, Poohman 802, Justin 77, Anastasia, and Alfredo, Aliens.